Welcome to another video in our Quick Start series for WooCommerce. Today we're going to talk about product types and creating products. So let's get started. Over here in the left menu, we have the products submenu item, and if we go there, we wind up on this page. And at the top, we have a button to add a new product. So let's do that so that we can see all the settings when adding a new product. The first thing we had at the top is a product name. And so that's pretty obvious. You just enter whatever name you want for your product. For this demo, I'm just going to put test. The next thing we have is a description where we can write a description. Typo. All right, so there we go. You can write as much as you want. You can use these text controls. For example, if you want it bold and italic, there you go. If you want to insert an image, you put your cursor where you want an image and click Add Media, and you can embed a picture by simply selecting the picture and choose Insert into Product. So that's a brief overview of writing a description. Below that, we have a product data section, and this controls most all of the settings of our products. Before we get into that, I want to show you something over here. On the top right, the Publish box, there is a setting that's added by WooCommerce called Catalog Visibility. And what this does is controls where and how this product can show up in your store. And you have 4 selections. It'll show up in the shop and search results, shop only, meaning without being available in the search, or search only if you don't want it to show in your shop, but you do want it to be available by search, or hidden, meaning it won't show up in your search or your shop, and people will need to have the URL to access it. And you can also check this box if you want the product to be featured. And some themes have the capability of arranging featured items, for example, at the top of the page, on your main shop page, etc. So that's what this is good for. So the next thing in the sidebar is categories. You can add categories on the fly by just simply clicking Add New Category and typing in a name. And if you want to make it a child of a parent category, you could do that. For example, if I want to make it a subcategory of books, let's just change the name so that makes sense. And I will choose Add New Category, and boom, it shows up and it's pre-selected. Product tags help with SEO, as do categories, search engine optimization. You can add as many tags as you want. Just separate them by a comma, and WordPress will automatically separate these into individual tags when I add them, as you can see here. If I want to delete one, just click on it and it's gone. And the next thing we have is product image. This is the main image of the product that shows on the product page. And you can also add a gallery of images if you want to. So the main image would show up, and then the gallery of images will show up as thumbnails near or underneath the main product image, and shoppers can click on those to see a larger view. And let's just do that with a few images so I can show you what this looks like when we publish this product. I'm just going to choose, if you hold down your Command key or Control key, you can select several images all at once and add them to the gallery. And then if you want to change the order in which they appear, you can just drag them around like this and rearrange them. And when you're done, that's it. But if you change these images at all, don't forget to click the Publish button or the Update button. For example, if you come back to this product later and want to change an image, it's not saved just by removing one and adding a new one here. You have to click the button up there to save your settings. So let's talk about product types. Here in the product data section, we have a drop-down box. It shows you the 4 basic types of products built into WooCommerce. They are simple, grouped, external, affiliate product, and variable product. A simple product is just a product that anybody can buy by simply selecting the quantity and adding it to the cart. There are no options available, etc. A variable product is a product that might have attributes that need to be selected before someone adds it to the cart. For example, if you're selling shirts, those may come in colors and sizes. So a variable product would fit for a shirt because you need people to be able to select those options before they put it in the cart. Maybe they want a large red or small black or whatever. And we'll get to that in a moment. An external affiliate product is a product that doesn't really exist in your store per se. It exists somewhere else. So, say, for example, you sign up for the Amazon affiliate program and you want to refer people over there with your affiliate code so that you get a little bit of money when they buy it from Amazon. You could technically choose external affiliate, put the actual product URL where it's located, and you can set some button text and set prices. And then when somebody views the product page, they won't be able to add it to the cart on your site, but if they click the button, it'll take them to the external site where that product is located. So, with all products, except, well, no, that's not an exception, sorry. With all products, you have a general section, inventory, shipping, and linked, and maybe advanced and maybe attributes. The general section is usually where you just set the price. You can set a regular price and optionally set a sale price. So for example, if your product is normally 100 and you have it on sale for 90, you can do this, and then on the product page, which I'll show you shortly, it'll show the regular price as 100 crossed out, and it'll show 90 as the sale price. So here's something that a lot of people don't know about prices in products for WooCommerce. If you leave this price blank, which you can do if you want to, then people will be able to see the product on your website, but they won't be able to add it to the cart. It'll just be a display item that they can read about in your whatever you write in your description and look at the pictures, etc. But since there's no price, they can't add it to the cart. If you set the price to 0, WooCommerce will consider the product as being free, and they will be able to add it to the cart, and they won't have to pay anything for it. So there you go. That's a tip on the pricing. Inventory helps you control your inventory, obviously, but this tab also provides you a way of entering a SKU number. We'll just call it ABC123. You don't have to, but you can. And if you want to manage stock, you can check this box to enable stock management at the product level. And what this means is it helps you control how many can be sold. So for example, if you only have 10 of this item and you enter 10 here, then WooCommerce will track this every time it's sold and decrement the stock quantity so that you don't oversell it unless you want to. And that's where this back order setting comes into play. You can turn back orders off by setting it to do not allow, meaning once it's out of stock, people will still see the product on your website, but they won't be able to add it to the cart because it's out of stock. But if you want to allow back orders, you can, and you have two options: allow and allow but notify customer. So if you choose allow but notify customer, on the product page, it's going to show how many are remaining in stock, and it'll also say something to the effect of available on back order. So maybe there's 3 remaining, but I want to buy 5. There'll be a message there telling me that there's 3 in stock and this is available on back order. If you just choose allow, they may see that there's 3 in stock, but it's not going to allow back orders. Or rather, it will allow back orders, but it's not going to tell them that it's available on back order. They won't know that they're back ordering a product. So it's up to you how you want to control your stock. Sold individually. If you enable this, then as it says right here next to the checkbox, enable this to only allow one of this item to be bought in a single order. If you turn this on, people will only be able to buy this item one at a time. So they can put one in the cart and pay for it, and that's it. They can't put two in the cart and pay for it. They can, of course, put one in the cart, pay for it, and then come back and put another in the cart and pay for that. But that's the way this works. Shipping settings allow you to set the weight and dimensions. You need to ship products. Say you're using FedEx or Canada Post or United States Post Office or FedEx or DHL or whatever. Chances are those shipping plugins at least need to know how much that product weighs. And in most cases, they're going to want to know how large these items are as well. When you set dimensions for your product, you should probably set those dimensions to something close to what that product is with the wrapping on it. For example, if you put bubble wrapping around a delicate item, you probably want to make an adjustment here. If the item is 6x6x6 and you're putting a 1/2 inch bubble wrap around it, then you probably want to adjust these settings to be 6.5, 6.5, and 6.5. Because your shipping modules will need that information to know how large this item is going to be. Shipping classes, I'm not going to go over this right now, but suffice it to say that a shipping class is very similar to a product category, except you can only set one. And shipping classes technically don't do anything unless you have some other software on your site that works with shipping classes. For example, some shipping plugins use shipping classes. So you don't need to worry about this unless you know you need to, but I'll cover this in more detail in another quick start video for shipping. Linked products, you have upsells and cross sells. And if you hover over these little help tips, they show you information about what these settings are all throughout WooCommerce. So for upsells, those are products which you recommend instead of currently viewed product. For example, products that are more profitable or better quality or more expensive. Cross sells are products which you promote in the cart based on the current product. So for example, upsells are going to show on the product page somewhere, probably below the description. It depends on your site theme, but most themes are going to show it below the product description. So maybe you have two versions of a product. You have a regular version and a more advanced version. So if this product were the regular version, I might want to upsell my more advanced version. So I could search for that product here just by typing in the name and choose it so that it'll show up on the product page. I'm going to choose this isn't really an upsell that I'd like to do with a test product, but for sake of example, I'm going to choose one so that I can show you what this looks like on the front end. We'll do this. We'll do a cross sell also. So you'll see the cross sell in the cart. You'll see the upsell on the regular product page. So attributes. If your product has attributes that you want to display on the product page, those are very helpful sometimes. For example, I put this picture of this bracelet, and maybe if I really were selling this bracelet, people would want to know what kind of metal is that and what kind of stones are those, so I can add attributes. So, and this same thing applies to variable products, which I'll show you more of in a second. But let's just add a custom attribute. Metal type. Silver. You can put these attributes in here, but you don't have to show them on the product page. If you uncheck this box, they will not show up on the product page. Click Save Attributes whenever you're done editing. And by the way, if you need to add more than one value, the way WooCommerce prefers it to be done is with a pipe character, which is usually somewhere just above your enter key, shift backslash. And you get this little pipe character straight up and down. So you could type more than one attribute. And that's going to become important when you do variable products, which I'll show you shortly. Advanced, we have purchase note. And, excuse me, purchase note is to enter an optional note to send to the customer after purchase. So if you need to inform them of something, for example, maybe these items are made to order and it takes you 3 days to make them or something. Whatever it is you want to tell your customer about this, if they order it, you can put this here if you want to. Menu order controls. the position of the product in your main shop. So, for example, if you have 20 products in your shop and you want this one to show down at the bottom, maybe you're going to enter this to 20. Or if you want to bump it to the top, it will accept negative numbers. So by default, all products are set to 0 unless you change them, and that's fine. Um, but if you want to bump it to the top intentionally, you can add a negative number that's less than 0. For example, -1 or -99, etc. That'll cause it, in most cases, again, depending on your theme, but in most themes, that would cause it to sort up to the top. So there we go. That's a simple product. Tell you what, let's go ahead and just set a price on this and publish it. And then we're going to go to the front end and take a look at it. And then I'm going to come back and show you what some of these other product types look like when you set. So here is our published simple product title. There's this regular price, 10 crossed out, showing me 9. So I know it's on sale for $9. And I have a quantity selector, and I have my little thumbnails that I added to my image gallery. If I hover over this, I see a larger bit view, but that's not a very big picture to begin with, so it's not really zooming. But if I click on this, then I see my larger image, and if I put my mouse over it, it zooms in, and I can take a closer look at this sweet looking guitar. Description. Additional information. Here's where the attributes show up. Metal type, silver. And below here is my cross sell. If you remember back here in the advanced settings, linked products, I have a cross sell of a Fender Telecaster and an upsell of Ruby slippers. This is my upsell. If I put this in the cart and go view the cart, here is my other product from the cross sell. You may be interested in this. All right, so that's how that works. Let's go back to this product now. Excuse me. I'm going to delete these settings since we've already looked at that, and I'm going to change product types on this product. Well, let's just start over. Toss that in the trash. We're going to add a new product, and now we're going to look at variable products. I'm just going to call it variable and put gibberish in the description. You don't even have to write a description, but for this demo, I'm going to do it. I will choose a variable product. And now I need attributes. So let's assume for a moment I'm selling shoes or pants. They come in colors and sizes probably. So I will add an attribute, and I'm just going to call it color. And over here, I'm going to put blue and red. And notice that pipe character right here. I separate that by a pipe character because I have more than one color. And I'm going to check this box because I want it to be used for variations. I want this to become a selection on the product page on the public side of the website that a shopper must select before they can add that to the cart. So I'm going to choose used for variations and visible on the product page. Let's go ahead and add a second attribute of size. And we will put small, if I can type correctly, and large. And again, I'm going to choose use for variations and save my attributes. Okay, so now I have a piece of clothing I'm selling here. Comes in a color, comes in a size. Now I'm going to go to variations, and I need to add all the variations of these attributes. I have 2 attributes for color and 2 attributes for size. So I'm going to wind up with 4 different variations of this product. So we have to create those real quick. And I can add them manually one by one if I want, but I'd rather just do it all at once. So I'm going to choose create variations from all attributes, click the go button, and I'll see this little message. Are you sure you want a link? Blah, 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 blah. And click OK, and 4 variations are added. Presto, I have 4 variations, and the attributes are already linked up for me correctly. So now I can go through these one by one and expand the settings and change them. Or if I want to rearrange the order, I can grab this little move bar here, and maybe I want my smalls on the bottom or something. You can rearrange your variations. But if we expand them, this link will expand them all. Then you see I have a group. Well, let's don't too much. Let me show you something. These are the settings for one variation right here in this area. I have an image. If I want to set an image for this, I can do that. And this is our blue large. I don't have a blue shirt, so I'll just choose black. So I set an image for this one, and I can set a price. We'll just put 12, and I can set a in stock. I'm not going to worry about stock management on this, but if I wanted to, I could. Weight, we'll just put 1 pound, and I'm going to put, I don't know, 6 by 6 by 3, because that'll be about the size it is when I ship it, when I roll it up and pack it. Don't worry about the shipping class. If I need to set a description, I can. Black shirt description, just for sake of example. And let's set some prices on these other guys here so that you can see. I'm going to set them all to 12. I just want you to see this on the front end of the website so that you know what it looks like. We'll set that one to red, and we'll set this one to red, and we'll set this one to black. All right, so now we have all that set up. I'm not going to worry about entering descriptions and dimensions and weights for all these. You get the point. You do that on your own. When you create products, be sure to set all the settings as you would like. You set a SKU number. We have inventory here, but notice that we also have, well, let me turn it on. Inventory, manage stock at the product level. So here we have stock status, in stock, out of stock, on back order. We can do all of that. And here for inventory, you can do the same for your variations. You can manage stock right here, or you can put stock quantities within individual variations if you want. Again, linked products, you've already seen that. Advanced, you've already seen that. We've already gone over attributes and shipping. So it's all, you can set shipping here if all the variations are exactly the same, or if they're a little bit different, you can set it all in here if you want. So it's up to you. So once we've got this and we publish it, let's take a look at what a variable product looks like on the front end. So we will go here, and as you can see, here is my variable product, and I have 2 attribute selectors, color and size. I can choose blue, small, boom, shows me my picture. If I choose red, it switches to red, etc. You go to large, same thing. You'll notice back here, in this one particular variation, I wrote this description, black shirt description. So on a variable product, if I well, let me go back. We have an attribute of blue large, and that product has this description, but red large doesn't have one. So if we go back here and take a peek, red large, there we are. You don't see a description anywhere other than the main product description here, because I didn't write one. But if we go to blue, you notice suddenly it pops up right there. So that's a really handy feature if you need to tell somebody about this. Maybe it runs large, or maybe it runs a little small. You want to tell them, buy one size larger. These shirts are sized a little bit small, or whatever you want to tell them. So that's what that looks like on the front end of your website. Let's take a look at an external affiliate product next real quick. So I'm just going to put in any URL here, and since I can't think of anything at Amazon, I'm just going to put Google, even though that's not real. And I'm just going to make the button text, check it out. And I'll put a regular price of whatever, 45. Set a title real quick, something for a description, and let's publish it and take a peek. So if we go to open that up in the front end of the website, tab, go here. Here we have an external product. I can't add it to the cart, but there's the check it out button, which I set a moment ago right here. You can set it to whatever you want. It tells me the price is $45, and if I click that, I go to Google because that's the link that I put. So this could be an actual product on a site like Amazon, or many sites offer affiliate programs where you can sell them and earn some money. Next, let's look at grouped products. Group products are kind of unique. When you do a group product, what you're doing is creating a parent product here that represents a group of other products. So we'll put in a title real quick and I'll show you how this works. If you go to linked products, you have a different setting here called grouped products because this is group product. Here's where I'm going to link all the products that belong to this group. So I'm just going to choose a couple of things that we have, and I'm going to put 2 of these here. Bear with me here. Okay. So I have a Fender Telecaster and a sky painting. They don't really go together, but this is just an example. We can also put attributes like other products, and we can also choose menu order and enable reviews. If we want people to write reviews on the product, that's available in all your different 4 types of products. You can set stock level, or rather SKU and stock status. But let's take a look at how this looks on the front end. I publish this and I look at my group product on the front end and I see the title and I see a price range. Where did that come from? Well, it comes from these 2 products that I linked as part of the group. So you can see here are the 2 products that I linked, and here's quantity selector. So I can choose, maybe I don't want that, but I want that. So I can put 2 of these, or maybe I want 1 of these and 2 of these. So I can add these to the cart, and when I go to the cart, there they are. So it's really kind of a way to present a selection of products that might belong together, that might frequently be bought together. For example, if you're selling sunglasses, maybe somebody wants some sort of leash for their sunglasses or whatever. Stuff like that. Or shoes and shoelaces or whatever. So that's a grouped product. So there we go. But before we end this video, let me show you something else about attributes. You noticed that I was adding a custom product attribute by clicking that box. But if I didn't want to do that, let's say, for example, I run a clothing store and I sell shoes. And I know every pair of my shoes is going to have a size. And I don't want to have to enter all my sizes every time as an attribute in every product. Well, there's a way around that. You can set up global attributes. If you look over here in the left, there's an attributes menu. And if you go there, you can add a new attribute. And let's just call it size. Don't worry about the slug unless you want to. It's really not important. You can set it if you want, but don't worry about it. Just leave it alone. And add a size. Now that I've added a size, it shows up over here on the right, and I can add the terms to that size. So this is an attribute called size, but there's no values in there like 8, 10, 9, 7, 3, whatever shoe sizes. If you configure terms, now I can add sizes. So we'll just put 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Maybe they're kids' shoes, so they're this small. Okay, so now if we go back to products, well, let's go back to attributes. So now I have a size with these 4 terms, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could have been anything else. It could be like, say, for example, color, and click add. My mouse is. We'll add one called red, and we'll add one called blue. Blue. My typing is not very good today. Sorry, guys. Okay, so there we go. And now if we go back to the attributes. Oh, sorry. Man, oh man, I messed that up. Bear with me here. I am not going to redo this video. I'd rather you just see the mistakes. Okay, so color, configure terms. We're going to add terms to the attribute. So I'm going to do red. I'm going to do blue. And now if I go back to the attributes, I have color with red and blue and sizes. So if we go back and visit the products, excuse me, let's take a look at whatever, sky painting. If we go to the attributes tab here in the product data, I have a new option in my dropdown for adding attributes. Instead of only custom product attribute, I have color and size. So if I want to add the color attribute to this product that I pre-created, I just choose color and add, and now I can choose individual terms out of that attribute one by one, or I can just select all, which is handy because maybe I need the color attribute for this particular product, but maybe this product doesn't come in red, so I can get rid of the red or get rid of the blue or whatever. So this is just a quick way to add attributes to your product by having global attributes via this attributes menu that you might add to many different products. Big time saver. And you'll notice, you remember we added categories and tags over here. If you need to manage those under the products menu, you have a categories menu where you can edit these as you see fit, and you have a tags menu where you can edit your tags. You can edit or delete. And on that note, let me show you something about categories. Maybe let's see. If I want to rearrange this dash, so I have a books category, and this dash with my new books right under it, the dash means this is a child category of this parent category. So if you forgot to do that, if you forgot to arrange the parent-child correctly when you created the category on the fly when adding a product, it'd be really easy for you just to come here and do this. You can edit this and choose a new parent if you need to. So that's it for categories. Tags are not hierarchical, they're flat, so there are no parent and children with tags. And I guess that about covers it for this video, y'all. So that's how you create the 4 standard product types in WooCommerce. There are other product types that you could create in WooCommerce, but those are a function of extra software, extra extensions and plugins that you add. For example, subscription products or chained products, etc. I'll show you some of that in an upcoming video. But that's it for this quick start video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, please. Click the little red subscribe button down there in the corner, bottom right corner of the video. And we look forward to bringing you even more quick start and detailed videos. So stay tuned. Bye.